Hey everyone, Sophia here from myquitchallenge.blogspot.com. Today I am diving into the nonsense basket storage solution that never really worked. I'm getting rid of it. Okay, so I have a confession to make. Every time you guys watch me declutter something or clean out a room, you've noticed that I have like some kind of a basket in which I put a whole bunch of stuff that need to be sorted at a later time. The problem here is that later time turns out to be never, and I mean never. I'm in my guest bedroom, which you've seen numerous times, and because this room is never used except when we have guests, which is really rare, let's say once a year at best, everything ends up here. So I'm going to show you the amount of storing and storage baskets that I have accumulated over the past year, and it's really just 1 year, and my attempt at decluttering by putting stuff that need to be sorted in them. I've counted them. There's 8 baskets, yes, 8 baskets of stuff that I need to sort, and I'm pretty sure that 70% of it doesn't even need to be put in a place. It has to be trash. So check this out. Let's start with what's closest to the door. This is the table that was in the living room when I did my living room big purge, and I want to put it in this room, but in order to do that I got to declutter the room first. So that's that. On top of the dresser, there's a bunch of stuff here that I need to sort through. This is the fan from the office. You remember when I removed the fan? Yeah, it's still there. There's an empty box of Bath and Body Works stuff I purchased a gazillion months ago, and I'm keeping this here because behind it is a curio cabinet, and I'm supposed to put in that box those items from the curio that I am willing to sell on eBay in order to make a few bucks. So that is gonna happen later on today. The chair, nothing. Now here's bed number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baskets. 8 baskets of nonsense, crap, non-usable items, stuff that doesn't belong anywhere in the house and just needs to be sorted through and trashed. There's a table there that needs to go. There's a table here that needs to go. These were furniture that was given to us that was just like, you know, not necessarily quality furniture. It was wood color. I painted it to go with the room, but I'd rather have that antique piece of furniture right here instead. A lamp that I have to bring back to the, I think that's the one that goes on the 2nd floor landing. These are the towels. Remember when I went through my linen closet? Yeah, these are the towels that I'm reserving for the dogs. Yeah, I didn't get to do that yet. I have an old blanket thing that was the one that actually belonged to my kid that needs to be put away and preserved. More paperwork, more stuff, more everywhere. So yeah, I wasn't kidding. So the reality here that is when I clean a space, I actually do throw away stuff because you see me throw away a lot of stuff. But everything that doesn't belong, instead of going and taking the time to put it where it belongs, I actually put it in a basket. And when the basket is full, I end up getting another basket. And when that basket is full, I get another basket. And how many baskets am I going to get here until I actually tackle them? So today I'm tackling all 8. The rest of the room, I want this room to be back to normal. The office is almost done. I'm still working on a little curtain thingy for the printer and all of that, and some decorative items, but most of the office is done. And you've seen that. So this is pretty much the last room that I really need to work on, except the books in the kids' room, but that's coming at a later time. So I don't even know where to start. I have a new box of trash bags. These are 40 gallons. I'm going to double them because I'm pretty sure the stuff's going to be heavy. I have a roll of tape and I have a pair of scissors. And I think the first thing I'm going to do is tackle the magazines. You remember I said in my last video I was going to bring the magazines upstairs to sort through for my mother-in-law and my mom when they come and visit. So I'm going to start with that because it's a large basket, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Wish me luck. I'm diving in. Alright, so I really love this basket. It's gorgeous. It's got like 2 handles, but it's just too big for magazines, and they're kind of like difficult to put in there. So I'm just going to make a pile right here of what I'm keeping, and then those that I'm not keeping, I'm just going to stack them tie them and send them out to, you know, recycling day, which in my town is Thursday. So catalogs I'm not keeping, this I am. And I gotta take, you know, into consideration the guests that I have in my house. I know that my mom likes gardening, my mother-in-law loves decorative items and flea markets and stuff. So a magazine like this, Flea Market Outdoors, is something that she would browse through. So I'm going to keep that. House Beautiful, I got to think about it. I have a subscription to it. So that's the catalog. Cottage I'm keeping. Alright, so you get the point, right? I'm keeping that. Oh, I love this, but this is so expensive. It is such an expensive magazine. I'm going to keep it. Let me put it aside with the House Beautiful. Let me get through the pile, then I figure out what I'm going to do with the basket. And then those I'm keeping, I'm going to find one of the baskets that I have here already, and I'm going to keep that basket to put those magazines. It's probably going to be the green one right here. Done. Look, that's all I'm throwing away. I must have gone through that pile already. Okay, so that I'm putting it on the floor. It's gonna go at a later time. I got those two here that are French style magazines. They're gonna go in my bookcase downstairs with the rest of my home decor, French style and all of that, because that makes sense to keep them in there. And I'm gonna do that right now, otherwise I'm gonna forget. Okay, what I'm keeping, I'm gonna put in there. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, guess what? I'm gonna have to purge some more. Let me empty this first. Okay. That's it, it fit. So we got one basket right here of magazines to browse through. I'm going to put it aside. That's for the guests. So I made a decision. The House Beautiful I'm not going to keep. The World of Interiors I'm not going to keep as well. I just got too many and I got to make a decision as to what I'm keeping and what I'm trashing. So I'm just going to wrap those up and then I can move on to the next basket. So I just dumped the content of this basket here on the bed, and what I'm going to do is that the things that I really want to keep, I'm going to go in there and then I'll resort that. I know it seems like I'm doing things twice or three times, but the reality is that every time I find something, if I'm going to stop to go and bring it back where it belongs, I'm going to be here for a week, seriously, because there's a lot of stuff here. So I'm just going to put it aside, and only those things that I really, really want to keep are going to go in there. And then I'm just going to go from here, this pile, then I'm going to move here, 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 and then finally do the big one here that used to be, that's pretty much the stuff that was in my bedroom. So let's see how many bags I can fill up with all this junk. pile of office supplies that I found in one of the baskets. It's nothing but Post-its and crap that I got at the dollar bin in Target. And these are all impulse purchases, every single one of them. I'm keeping them because they come in handy or whatever. But I'm pretty sure, matter of fact, here they are. There's more here. And then in the office, I have another box full of those. So how many Post-its do you think I need? Like, to me, it looks like I have enough Post-its to last me until the day I die. Help me God that I'm not going to buy another set of Post-its. It's insane. This just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, moving right along. Where I'm at, I'm on bag number 2. Here's bag number 1 right here. I still have this basket here, and this is the stuff that I need to resort. Some of it is office, whatever. I'm tackling this one. That was the stuff that was in my bedroom upstairs. Done with the baskets. I am just in awe at the amount of stuff. It's insane. I do have this one here that goes upstairs. This is basically pens. Didn't I go through, when I did the office, an entire reorganization of pens? And didn't I get rid of, I don't know, 200, 300 of them? Look at this. I don't think there's pens anywhere else in the house, so I'm just thinking, what do I need to do with the stuff now? Because I already have maxed out my organization in the other in the office when it comes to pen. And then look, more office supplies. These, more Post-its. Look, all of this is just Post-its, and I have another box. There's these here. These are all impulse purchases. Glue, at least it's organized in a Ziploc. I just, yeah. Oh, makeup. Then it's, and bathroom stuff. So that needs to go upstairs. I just don't know what to say. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. So, the hubby wants to go for lunch, so we're gonna stop. I'm gonna go for lunch and think through as to what it is that I want to do with this stuff here. I gotta clear all of this before I can start working on this. It's all right. I deserve it. I did this to myself. So I'm gonna have lunch, and I guess I'll see you in a bit. And when I come back, I'll tackle what's on the bed here, and then put that basket to the side. But before I'm done with the day, these are gonna have to be organized and put away. So we went out for lunch, and as I was having lunch, I just said to myself, I gotta do something about those pens. I can't just leave them in this box and put them aside with the intention to sort them out later on. I gotta do this now and get it out of the way. Because every time I say, let me put this aside, I'll do it later, it doesn't happen. I just said that, so I'm gonna force myself to go through those darn pens. I have one jar here. I'm gonna keep that just for the gel pen because I know there's a lot of them. And then just this little container, that's it. I'm going to keep that for other pens, highlighters, things like this that are always, you know, in demand in the house. The rest is going to have to go. I'm keeping, and this is unassorted stuff that needs to go in the office, so that's that. The other one, the box with the leftover, is right here, so I did get rid of this. So now I gotta go through this, and all the pencil, the colored pencil, I already brought that to the kids' bedroom. I'm not seeing any more of those. All right, well, we'll see. Okay, yeah, let me get all of this stuff in the office, and then the rest of what's in there that needs to go in the office. Oh, I have another one of pens right here. Wait. More pens. Yeah, there's some gel pens in there. All right, let me finish that off. I wonder if there's such a thing as Pen Hoarder Anonymous. This is not counting the stuff that's in here. If you remember, I'm in the office, by the way. So I'm just going ahead and trying to finish up the organization of pens, because like I said, if I don't do this now, I might as well just never do it, and I need to have this out of the way. So I'm just gonna finish this and go back to what I was doing. I was talking to my husband, by the way, about this disease of mine regarding pens, and he has no explanation for it. It's just completely out of control. It really is. Alright, so this is just regular. Oh, wait, one more right here. Alright, so that can go inside the rest of the organization. These are just basically the colored ones. So I have the jelly rolls and all of that. I have the Le Pen pen and fine points. These are the Papermate that I really like, and these are the colored the Maxim 1.6. I absolutely love those pens, and then the Inkjoy. So that's that. Let me go back in the guest room. I gotta finish it. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's done, at least all those baskets. Move all the stuff out there. This I'm selling. It's a Halifax mold, and I had bought it for my husband. He is not using it, and I need money, so it's going for sale. And look, I emptied it. Everything has been filed in the file cabinet where it belongs. So now I got the basket empty again. Let me move it to the side. I now have 2 full garbage bags. Oh God, and I started doing a little organization drawer here for guests. So this is your camera, just in case they forgot theirs. This phone chargers, of course, tissues, and then notepad and pens. That's it. And I have to do that in one of the drawers because, again, I'm getting rid of these, and I don't know what's in there. Let's see. I fear the worst. Do you want to bet there's more pens? Bam. Of course they are. All right. So I'm gonna have to empty that, and then there's another one over there. So before I start this area here, which is really not much, it does look like it, but it's not much. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that piece of furniture. I'm sorry about the noise. That's my kid mowing the lawn downstairs. Let's see. You want to see how messed up my lawn is? It's all yellow. See? It looks all blue, I know. So the hubby is over there, and then here's my oldest one mowing the lawn, and apparently having a hard time pushing for this one. Can you do it? Yeah. All right. Enough distraction. All right. So I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna move this one out of the way, and I'm gonna put that table where it belongs. So at least I have an idea of what this is gonna look like. Then I'm gonna work on this area here. Then I'll start moving all of the trash out of the way and tackle this here. It's just the biggest part is done, which was the baskets. But I have to tell you, and again, you've seen me throw away stuff, but I only kept one basket. That's it. I'm keeping the one that's the German Rosenthal basket. I'm not keeping any other baskets. I don't care. I just don't need them. If I have a basket, I'll put stuff in it. So if there is no basket, then I have to put things back. Does it make sense? I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping this works. This is just insane. I was talking to the hubby at lunch, and I said to him, look, you know, there's obviously a problem. Like, do you think I'm depressed? And he says, well, I don't think you are, but there's a possibility that the stuff makes you depressed. So it's like kind of like the chicken and the egg. What came first, the depression or the stuff, or the stuff and or the depression? You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you got to think about that. But I'm clearing the way. I'm you know, hacking at it, because ultimately what I want to do is not spend my life cleaning and doing videos about me cleaning. I'd like to show you some other stuff that I can do, you know, like scrapbooking and digital retouching of photos and things like this. So it's just insane. I think this is the 3rd video on this room since I started. Yeah, I do it once a year, I guess. All right, enough chit chat. Let me get that furniture out of the way, kind of spruce things up. I still have I did not see that. What's this? Another basket containing books for guests. Alright, I'm gonna have to put them somewhere else. And what to do with this basket? It's nice though. This one is nice too. But again, I gotta get rid of baskets. Okay, here we go. It's not a final look, but that's what I wanted. Grandma's piece right here. This is empty over there. I can even push this a little bit more towards the wall, but for now I'm gonna leave it like that. The advantage is that I can finally open the door fully. I hope. I didn't even go check. But now, time to move this here out of the way so I can move. And then I'll tackle this and the rest. It's insane. It really is. I don't know what to say. I don't know. Yeah, I'm speechless. I have no speech. It's just crazy, the amount of stuff that we collect, and we are young couples, so can you imagine if I wasn't doing this, like now, what it would be like 30 years from now when we go and my kids have to go through this. Don't do this to your kids. Seriously, do not do this to your kids. Like, start clearing your stuff now, like especially if you have, you know, oodles of paper and magazines and knickknacks and stuff that you just bought on, you know, on an emotional whim. Like, for instance, I can honestly say that we went to where was it, Panera, in a town next to us, and right next to Panera is TJ Maxx. And I could have stopped, which is what I always do. I stop by TJ Maxx to see what's new at TJ Maxx. The reality is that there is, that was my phone. There's nothing that I need, nothing that I want. I need to clear this first before I can bring anything new in here. It's just like the containers. I'm constantly buying containers to store things, to contain things, and really what you do is you stash them away, and you just you forget you even have the stuff. Like, most of the stuff I found today in those containers, even though I only put it in there, some of them 3 weeks ago, I already forgotten I had it in the first place. So why are we even hanging on to this garbage? Because that's all it is. It's garbage. Yeah, I'm upset. That's right. I'm upset. I don't need another cup of coffee for now, I can tell you that. Let me get the stuff out of here so I can move about this room and then tackle the other side of the bed while I'm doing this. And once the beds are clear, I'll probably, I'll do that at the end. I was going to start the laundry, but I can do that another day. I just need this room cleared away, so that way when you walk up the stairs and the door is open, you are not confronted with yet another colossal amount of stuff that needs to be done. At least I can walk up. And by the way, the first floor, it's been 2 days now, 3 days by the time this gets posted, is just the same. It's impeccable. I haven't put anything on any surface. The kitchen counter has stayed clear, even though we had breakfast and everything this morning. So I think I'm on the right path. I really am. Like, get rid of stuff. The best thing you can do for yourself is minimize. And I'm not a minimalist, you know that, because I do have a lot of collections between the books to China and CEDAR, even here in this room. I'm not a minimalist, but you have to look at your belongings and what you really value. What do you really want to keep for the rest of your life? And I can honestly say that right now, maybe 20% of what's in this house I want to keep for the rest of my life. The rest is just temporarily passing through our lives. That's it. And eventually it will break down, or we won't like it anymore, and it will just be discarded, get on the sidewalk for the bulk day, or we'll pass it along, or I don't know, maybe we'll sell it. But the bottom line is, like, what do you really value? It's not about what Con Mary says about what brings you joy, because we can, you know, have joy over stupid knickknacks. It's what is it that you value in your life? Like, what is it that you want your home to represent? What do you want your identity identity to be about. My identity in this home and the one I want to present to my children is not heap of stuff. It's not heap of non-valuable garbage from store X made in China. It really isn't. So all of this stuff, it's got to go. Well, it looks like I've reclaimed the space. I didn't make the beds. Well, the beds are made, but I didn't do any washing or anything. So I got that done. Of course, the floor is covered with, you name it. Yeah, well, it looks better, but it's not the best it's ever looked, but this is what I got for now. Now I'm looking at those dingy duvet cover, and I'm thinking I'm not going to keep them. This room is the warmest room in the house, and nobody knows why. I guess that's where the heating system works the best with its orientation. The bottom line is that you are sweltering hot in the winter in here, so you really don't need this because I have blankets, you know, like those thin fleece, whatever, Polartec type blankets. Inside the bed, so, and that's plenty already. So what I could do is get another set in green if I wanted to and just put it there. They are bulky, they're just bulky, and they're old, they're 5 years something years old. They've been around for a while in this room and other places. I don't know. I gotta think about it. I'm not crazy about them. I never really liked the pattern. That was the only pattern I found that was, you know, kind of matching this decor. But if I was doing them in just light green or even in white, that would work just the same. I don't know, tell me down below. I'm not going to throw them away now, but I'm thinking about it. Plus they were cheap. So what happens is that when you wash them, all of the content bulks at the corners, and then the middle gets all flat. So when you put them like this, it's just like kind of bulge. I don't like that. Anyway, I still have this to do. I still have to put some stuff for sale. I already started. This has got to go. And then I got to go through the drawers here, which I'm pretty sure doesn't have much because I never really used this for anything. So that's where I'm at. Look at the stuff outside. This is 4 bags, 2 night table, and then over here there's 1 more bag. So far I got 5 bags, 2 pieces of furniture. There's a 6 bag right here. This has got to go, and then whatever else I'm gonna gather from here. It's unbelievable. I never thought that I was gonna gather 6 bags worth of junk from this room. I thought at worst I was gonna get 2 bags, but 6? Are you kidding me? Where did all the stuff come from? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Okay. I need a cold drink. We'll go downstairs, get some refreshment, and then I'll tackle this big piece of furniture here, the top, and then we'll go see what's inside the drawers, whatever mystery we're gonna find in there. And the closet itself still has room for people to put their coats. This is just the stuff that my mom keeps when she's here. So I leave it on hangers, and then I have a plastic bag. This is the little laundry bag. Of course, all the shelves here are packed. I gotta see what's in there. There's a quilts, and there's some Christmas decoration. Yeah, whatever. done. It's nighttime. It's time for me to make dinner. I'm done. Actually, I put everything downstairs. It's ready to go to curb for Wednesday. So here is the room. This is it. Again, I'm thinking about getting rid of those, but everything's been done. Everything has been dusted and swept, and mop. This is the box of stuff I'm going to put up for eBay. So I emptied a little bit of the curio, not a lot, and this is done as well. All I have here is that tier thing, and then a spare candle, and then there's really not much in those drawers. I mean, it's just, you know, some supplies for guests, and then a picture I need to frame, some more supplies for guests, and pretty much everything else is empty. That's a box of memorabilia I'm keeping, but you see this dresser is pretty much empty. And one of the things I want to do with it at some point is change all of the handles. If you remember that I found this big dresser here on the street with the headboards and footboards. So this is, you know, unassorted. You can tell they already had problems with theirs. So I have to find the right kinds and change those, and that's it. That's the room. Okay, I'm exhausted. I gotta make dinner. I've learned a big lesson. Don't buy any more baskets. Don't go to TJ Maxx. Don't go to Home Goods. Nothing. You get what you really want to get, not something that's gonna go in between. Oh, when I find something better, I'll get it. No, you just wait to get something better, and stop buying baskets, and stop putting stuff in baskets to store and to contain and to sort at a later time. Just do it. I've gotten rid of so much stuff. Again, I'm surprised, 7 bags altogether. I posted a picture on the Facebook page. I never thought I was gonna have 7 bags of stuff here, but I can't believe I still have stuff to throw away. So this is where I'm at. Oh, and I put the large basket over there. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it there. Anyway, all right, I'm running out of battery, so I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe if you're new. This was Sophia from mygreatchallenge.blogspot.com. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye.